Hi everybody, I'm here at the Silva Chavez presser today, and I'm with Anderson Silva's conditioning coach, Amanda Machado. Welcome to No Holds Barred News. What's up with you?
Hello everyone, I am so happy to be here and representing women, finally coming in the boxing world, the MMA world. I've been training Anderson since last year. We did his camp for the last fight with the UFC. Now we're doing boxing. So it has been a great opportunity for me to get to learn more about him and him getting to learn a little bit more of the discipline that comes with weightlifting and diet too.
Now, are you trying to bulk him up a little bit?
Yeah. It's not really about bulking him up, but it's about getting him stronger.
Okay.
So it's very different from what I do in my sport in bodybuilding. So I have that in mind too, because I want to keep his mobility. I want to keep him just light and able to perform as a boxer, but to give him the proper tools for him to become a better boxer, which will come with the weightlifting as well and eating well.
Right, because you want him to maintain his speed.
Correct.
Right?
I want him to maintain the speed, and all the exercises that we perform together at the gym, it's also movements that he's doing in the ring.
Okay.
So we do a lot of shoulders, we do a lot of core, we do some legs, but not as much. We do chest too, so he's strong at every punch.
Excellent. And now, he already mentioned that he has a hard time dieting.
He doesn't eat enough.
Are you putting him on a meal plan? Are you one of those coaches that have to do breakfast, lunch, dinner for them to stay on point? Or what's the program here?
I try to. I tell him, I advise him on what to eat, especially before and after training, which is so important because the meal before training is the fuel for training, so that's going to dictate how strong he's going to be at the gym. And then afterwards, which is recovery. So those are the main ones that I want to put in his mind, but everything else I just advise him on what to eat. He follows. My issue sometimes with him is not having him eating enough, because he does so much endurance, he does so much cardio in general, so he needs to put all the nutrients back. He's finally learning.
Right. Now, what about
Little
sleep?
by little.
Because we're learning, I'm a conditioning coach, you're a conditioning coach. We're learning that sleep is a huge part of the recovery. And the more sleep that an athlete gets, I know it sounds crazy.
I know.
But the better you perform. You
Yes.
guys hear that out there? What have you coached him on in terms of sleeping, getting his sleep
So
in?
I do give him some natural supplementation for him to be able to go to bed and feel a little bit more relaxed. So we focus on some magnesium, we focus on some GABA, we focus on a little melatonin if he needs to. Drink a lot of water too, so he feels better to be able to sleep better.
Right.
And then also his last meal, what I try to tell him all the time, even though he doesn't like salmon, I ask him to eat some salmon, eat some good fats at night, so his stomach, it's actually digesting and he's relaxed and he's able to recover. Because for instance, if he has some carbohydrates at night, it doesn't really make sense. If he eats something like as lean as white fish, it's going to be digested so fast, or he might wake up in the middle of the night because he's hungry and he doesn't even know that is because of hunger. So I try to advise him on to have some good meal before, along with the supplements, and then go to bed. And then put the phone down. Turn it off.
Turn it off. Right, that blue light. You have to cut it out.
Yes, completely. It needs to be off because otherwise your brain just can't shut it down.
Any advice for new people entering the field of fighting and want to get in shape?
Sure.
What do you advise for them?
I believe that it's very important to learn. This is something very interesting that I learned with Anderson too. It's very important to know a little bit of everything. So I hear very often, and I see on the internet too, that fighters should not be lifting weights. So because they're gonna get bulky, they're not gonna be so fast, which I don't think it's true, because all of them should know a little bit of everything. They should know how to move their body properly, with which weights actually help you to learn a little bit more of how your body moves. They need to become stronger so they can take a punch. The punch will be stronger too, so they don't get hurt. So that's very important for them to start since day one with weight training and eating well. And it would be amazing if they can get this advice from somebody who is specialized in that. So if you're a boxer, of course, what? You're gonna learn boxing with a boxer. If you're going to learn how to weight lift, even though you're weightlifting for your sport, you should be learning from somebody who is specialized in that. So, and the diet too, because I also did a lot of studies on nutrition, so it's very important that you have some advice from somebody who understands a lot about nutrition.
How do you feel being the only woman in camp?
I feel amazing. I love it.
It's cool, right? Being the only chick, right?
It's amazing because, I mean, in my sport, in bodybuilding, I already am very comfortable being around men because it is a man-predominant world too. So I feel like the fact that I learned how to walk around the gym for 10 years with a lot of men, a lot of testosterone, you know. And for me, it feels at home. I also come from a big family. I have 75 cousins. Most of them are men. So I can play along with them and I speak their language. But I feel very, I'm very happy that they actually feel the same towards me. There is no look down, there is no, I won't listen because quite the opposite. They see me as somebody who they listen so carefully because not only I show that they are improving through my work, but I also live and breathe the sport.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Amanda, so much for your
welcome.
time. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right.